So we're going to have a look at finding the nth term and using the nth term. So if we have a look at question 3, my starting point with finding the nth term of any set of numbers is to calculate the difference between them. Okay, so to get from 4 to 14, I need to add 10. To get from 14 to 24, I need to add 10, and to get from 24 to 34, I also need to add 10. That tells me it's linked to something that keeps going up by 10 each time, which we know is our 10 times table. And so the first part of my formula is 10n. And as I say, that's my 10 times table, so 10, 20, 30, and 40 would be the first 4 terms. And I need to think about how do I get from my 10 times table to the sequence in the question. Well, to get from 10 to 4, I subtract 6. To get from 20 to 14, again, I subtract 6. So that is my pattern. And so my nth term for this sequence, when we put everything together, is 10n take away 6. If I have a look at question 4, I want to find the 50th term. Now, potentially you can do it the long way and keep writing out the pattern until we get to the 50th term, but that's quite long-winded and painful, and if they ask you for the 150th term, you would be there for a long time. So ideally, you want to find the nth term again. So we've got 4, 10, 16, 22, and I'm going to start by finding the difference between them. Okay, so to get from 4 to 10, I add 6. To get from 10 to 16, again, I add 6. And to get from 16 to 22, again, I add 6. And you should always double check that it continues throughout. So it's going up by 6 each time, which means it's linked to the 6 times table and 6n. And my 6 times table is 6, 12, 18, 24. And then I need to think about how do I get from the 6 times table to my sequence. To get from 6 to 4, I subtract 2. To get from 12 to 10, I subtract 2. So there is my pattern. So my nth term at this point is 6n take away 2. Okay, now the question asked me to work out the 50th term. So because I'm doing the 50th term, that tells me that the value of n is 50. So for that calculation, I'm going to use my 6n minus 2, where I know n is 50. And remember, 6n is 6 times n, so it's 6 times 50, and then subtract 2, which means 6 times 50 is 300, and then take away 2 gives me a final answer of 298.